everyone, and thank you for joining us for this special announcement. As mayor of this great city, I am fortunate to have inherited many wonderful programs that were put into place by my predecessors. At the top of the list is the Mayor's Youth Employment Program. Today, I am delighted to be celebrating 35 years of Maya success in Charlotte. This initiative has become a national model of local innovation and is responsible for changing the lives of thousands of participants. Last year, despite the pandemic, 379 teens worked in the 2020 Maya. They worked more than 38,000 hours and earned more than $400,000 as a cohort. Because of COVID, 291 students worked in our first ever virtual program last summer. It was so successful that it gained a statewide and national recognition, and programs across the country are looking to Charlotte for how they can help their own city's young people. This year, more than 600 students have applied, and we are hoping to give them the same opportunities that those that have come before them have had. So I want to thank the participating Charlotte businesses that continue to offer work experience to our students, to our high school students especially. We're still in need of more businesses to volunteer, and I want to encourage all of our business owners to get involved, fill out an application on the city's website, charlottenc.gov, and get into the game of supporting young people who are doing great work. I am so proud to support Maya because it provides the opportunity for upward mobility. And our young people need and deserve this opportunity. Together, we have achieved a 35-year track record of success. And I know we have much more to come. So again, happy 35th anniversary to the Mayor's Youth Employment Program. And to help us celebrate, we've invited a few former Maya alums to share their stories. First up is the freshman class president of Fayetteville State University, Maya Martin. Maya, you're up.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank Mayor Lyles and her team for giving me this opportunity. I was a Maya participant for the summer of 2019 and the summer of 2020, and it was truly a revolutionary experience for me and for many minority and female students within the CMS and surrounding school system. My first year in Maya, I had the pleasure of being an intern for all of the Gate retirement community, and I got to have a hands-on approach to healthcare and to get to oversee and observe every aspect of that, from patient care to business administration. It was truly revolutionary to my work ethic, and it also helped form my dreams and helped me determine what I did and did not want to do. So going forward, I can be confident in knowing that Maya has prepared me more for the professional world and even for college. And so for the summer of 2020, it was virtual due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and it was truly different, but it was also a good learning experience because I not only got to observe the way that my parents are currently working, but how other people and essential workers are working. And on top of that, we got to learn more about science, technology, math, and we got to have a hands-on approach to networking with other students within the CMS and surrounding county. So it was a truly fun experience, and I encourage everyone to do it, especially minority students and female students, because you rarely ever get an opportunity to be in an environment to where it models you the future you may have. So thank you.
Maya, I think you're modeling our program so very well. Thank you for those comments and words of encouragement. Next, I'd like to introduce someone who has taken advantage of the program that we have, the combination of going to our public schools and then entering into our community colleges so that you have a fast track towards college and the efforts that you have. So Caleb Montez, would you please talk about your experience as a participant in our youth employment program and talk a little bit about what you've done as a result of this opportunity?
All right, thank you. Hello, my name is Caleb Montez, and I'm currently a senior at Harper Middle College High School. Over the past summer, I had the fun experience in participating in the Mayor's Youth Employment Program. I worked with Siemens and Radius in advanced manufacturing and logistics. My team and I were tasked with finding ways to reduce carbon emissions in Charlotte. For Charlotte emitted 6 metric tons of CO2. Of that 6 metric tons of CO2, we noticed that we could reduce it by modifying existing infrastructure and transportation. My idea was to revamp the existing public transportation system by converting the existing fleet of buses by switching the components out. No day looked the same. Every day provided something new to learn. Some days we worked independently, other days we worked with a team. It provided flexibility for everyone involved. We would meet every morning to go over the progress we made and give feedback to each other. Every Tuesday, we would talk with professionals in the field and gain insight about their career. On Fridays, we would learn ways to improve our mental health and how to strive for personal growth. I learned many things from this program, such as networking, 3D modeling and design, and analyzing data to find an optimal solution. I recommend students to go into this program because you gain valuable work experience, you meet great people, and it'll open your eyes to the career you're interested in. This program changed the way I'm approached becoming an engineer. Back then, I used to think that becoming an engineer ended at obtaining the degree. But thanks to my team lead, Mr. Desmond, I now know that to become a professional licensed engineer, one must take 2 exams, have 5 years of work experience, and have your bachelor's degree. I am very thankful for this experience and for them to open my eyes to the engineering process. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maya and Caleb. You are both tremendous examples of what this program can accomplish, and I know that you will continue to have success in your chosen careers. I think it's also appropriate to thank former Mayor Harvey Gantt, who is responsible for the vision and concept of the Mayor's Youth Employment Program. Mayor Gantt has been a mentor to me, and because of his program, countless others have been fortunate enough to receive their own mentorships. We also owe a special thank you to our largest corporate sponsor, Bank of America. Over the years, Bank of America has graciously provided approximately $1 million in support of this program, as well as tremendous employee engagement for MyApp Youth. Your support is essential for keeping MyApp successful. As the single largest provider of youth work experience in the region, the MyApp is key to providing the upward mobility our youth so greatly need and deserve. Again, more than 600 students have applied for the 2021 program, and businesses are needed to support these youth and to match them with work opportunities. Businesses can learn more about how to engage with us at charlottenc.gov/MYEP, MyAC. We want to thank everyone again for participating in today's announcement. With that, I'm going to ask Corey Burkhardt to open us up for questions from the media. Corey? And I think we're going to also have Maya and Caleb available for comments.
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. Thank you, Mayor Lyles. At this time, we'll turn it over to our reporters who are on the line this afternoon for some questions. We ask that you do raise your hands and I will call on you. Our first question will go to Tanya Mendes. And as a quick reminder, we will ask all of you to address specifically who your question is to. And with that, I'll turn it over to Tanya.
Good afternoon. My question's for Mayor Lyles, but I would be happy if the students weighed in as well and just offered their perspective. So we know right now employment is hard to come by for many people. And we're also seeing reports of more and more youth being involved in crime. Why are programs like this particularly important as we're moving into this continued phase of the pandemic? And what's your message to the youth out there who are really struggling and not finding the opportunities that they need?
Well, first of all, no matter what's going on day to day, we always have to be thinking about the future, which is why we think about young people so much in this community and why we choose to invest in the activities for young people. And I want everyone to know that you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be the smartest person to be in this program. We accept kids that are really trying to figure out what they want to do and so that they can have the right pathways. But the city provides a number of programs to kids that are struggling. The first and foremost, the summer programs we have at the Y, where you can come in and have the opportunity to participate in the YMCA programs, where there's meals and opportunities to just be around people that are good examples for you. But I want to say this, and I've said this about my own personal experience. There's nothing like learning the value of purpose in life. And work is also often the place that occurs. And so what I would say to any young person, find out what you might want to do. You never know when someone's going to give you that opportunity. And the Mayor's Youth Employment Program is the place to start. So while we have over 600 people or youth involved in it, we can take more if the business community helps support and more growth in our system, in our program. So I don't know, Maya and Caleb, what would you say about people, young people, and what they can do and what they can learn in this program?
They can learn a lot. For me, I originally wanted to go into healthcare, and going into the program and working in a healthcare-related area allowed me to realize that's not actually what I wanted to do, and allowed me to turn my focus more to what I want to do now, which is law. I think the program is very unique in that way. And I also think the city of Charlotte does a really good job of reaching you, because as a college student, when I tell them about my internship experience as a high schooler, my fellow students were like, oh, they didn't have that in my state. I never got to have the opportunity. So as Charlotteans, we're very lucky to have my app here.
I also agree with Maya, because a lot of my friends in other states too did notice that they did not have similar programs to this. And I think it's very crucial for students to be offered these types of programs. For me, I learned many things, because when I first went in, I thought that engineering was just going to be, law hands-on, but it turns out there's more to it. There's a lot more logistics and all that, and a lot more planning to it. And I just think that the city of Charlotte is really doing a good job reaching out to these people, providing programs and such so they could explore the careers out there. It's important for children to just see these careers out there. It's just really important to discover things out there.
Thank you so much, guys.
Our next question will go to Linnea Lewis. Linnea, go ahead.
Hi there, I'm Linnea with Fox 46 Charlotte. I just wanted to ask about business participation. How many businesses are participating right now? Is there a certain number that you would like to reach? And just what kind of businesses are you all looking for specifically?
I think that I'd like to see 100% participation. Imagine if every one in our high schools had the opportunity. And I think the range of businesses is wide. The career curriculum at CMS includes all the way from cosmetology to automobile mechanics. And imagine if you start thinking about what we're going to be doing with electric cars and electric buses, the opportunity to learn the mechanics of what's going to be a cleaner future and what we call the jobs that will help us have a clean environment. And that's one of the city's goals. So I will have to tell you the number of businesses that we have participating will put that online or get it to you by the end of this session. But at the same time, I think that people sometimes question, well, how do I do this? How do I take a young person, 16, 17 years old? It's a lot easier than you think. There's a lot of support given to each individual effort. One, their parents or their families are engaged in the effort. We, as the city, spend time with them talking about their accountabilities, the things that you have to do to be a productive member and going to work on time, how to do that. So what I say is that if you have any thought that you could help a kid or that you have the opportunity to mentor a kid through an internship, please reach out. Go to our website, charlottenc.gov/MYEP, MYEP, and just inquire. If it doesn't work, that's okay. We'll be able to at least give you that chance to participate. And we'll get back to you with the program numbers before the end of this session. We are still accepting applications. So again, go to the city's website, charlotte.MYEAP. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just said Maya instead, didn't I? So excuse me for that, Maya. MYEP. Thank you.
Our next question will go to Brett Jensen. Go ahead, Brett.
Thanks, Corey, and thanks, Madam Mayor, for doing this today. I'm sorry, I need to ask you something a little off topic, if that's okay, Mayor. I'd like to ask you about the situation involving the homeless situation in Tent City last week. There seemed to be a lot of angst going on between the county manager and the city manager, and I'm just wondering, have you spoken to the county manager since then, and are there any things that you're trying to put together to make sure something like Tent City with all the rats and infestation doesn't happen again?
Brent, if you know me, after the years that I've spent on the idea that housing for everyone in Charlotte is important, if you know how much we have invested over the past calendar year with the pandemic and homelessness services and opportunities, I don't believe that there is anything that you would find or any other community, especially after reading articles across this country about the struggles that people are having between agencies. I think that we continue to be a model. I want you to know how much this city has committed. It's overall, we've spent over $35 million in efforts to prevent homelessness. In addition to that, we spent over $50 million in rent and utility payments to prevent homelessness. So I take this very seriously. I think every member, every elected official on the county commission and the city council, and perhaps it's okay to feel a little bit frustrated by things that are very, very difficult to deal with. You know, if we have a tent city, it's because we have an issue with chronic homelessness. And chronic homelessness is one of the most difficult things to address. So I think other communities have done some of this work. There's no one role model for it, but there are other places that have addressed the idea of how do we provide mental health services? How do we have substance abuse services? Those are the social services that people need. And then what the city has to do is to assist our sheltering community with providing the physical infrastructure so that people can have a space. So we are committed to this. And anyone in this community that has walked by and helped with food or shelter in any regard, I want you to know, as mayor of the city, I am so grateful and appreciative for their efforts, and that we're going to continue to work hardest for the least of us all the time. Thank you for the question.
Okay, well, that will do it for this afternoon. Mayor Lyles, thank you for your time. Caleb and Maya, we appreciate you sharing your stories with us and wish you obviously all the best of success going forward. And you have made a lot of friends here in the city of Charlotte, and your stories are awfully inspirational. So we thank you both for taking time out of your day today. Also want to thank all of our reporters who joined us this afternoon. We hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Thank you, everybody.